Let's get you all the latest updates you need to know on the investigation into that blast near the Israeli embassy. There is an envelope that was recovered in which there was a letter which mentions the explosion as just a trailer. This letter also mentions Iran's General Qasem Soleimani and Iran's top nuclear scientist Mohsen Fakhrizadeh as martyrs. Both were assassinated last year, and that's why there's a suspicion that there could be an Iranian hand behind this attack, which is being looked into now. Police sources also reveal that a cab was spotted in CCTV dropping off two men near this blast site. After questioning the driver, police are preparing a sketch of the two men. So you see, the investigation is progressing fast, and this is an important lead with regards to the identification of the suspect. CCTV shows that a cab actually dropped off two men very close to that blast site. And now, right now, the police have been able to identify that cab. They've also gone ahead and taken the driver in to make a sketch of the two suspects. The car that you see on your screens, however, is the one that was damaged in the blast that happened. We have told you that there were no injuries reported. Fortunately, nobody was around when this blast took place. I want to take this across to Munish Pandey for more details. Munish, the envelope that was recovered there has a letter in which they say that this explosion is just a trailer. There's also suspicion that there could be an Iranian hand. With all this in mind, Israel has already referred to this as an act of terror. Have our authorities or agencies hinted on that front, or are they still going forward with the investigation?
Yeah, well, Akshita, the letter was recovered indeed by the Delhi police, and when they started probing this letter, what they found that on the envelope it was written that to the ambassador of Iran, and in the content of letter, what we do know through our sources is that there was a mention that this blast outside the Israel embassy is just a trailer, and they also mentioned the General Soleimani, who was assassinated last year in January 2020 by US. That person, and apart from that, a nuclear scientist, Mohsen, a top nuclear scientist of Iran, who was assassinated in November 2020. Both these persons were mentioned as martyr. Now, what the agencies suspect, the Indian agencies suspect that this was a blast which basically wanted to give a clear message to Israel, and the person who was behind this blast was successful in sending the message. But also the Indian agencies suspect that this might be a mislead, and they will be probing into all angles. But as of now, the primary intention behind the blast seems to be that Iranian hand was behind the blast first, and second is that the person who might have been involved in the blast had some link with the Iran. So on this line, the investigative agencies are working on it. Apart from that, also they are in touch with the Iranian intelligence agencies, that is Mossad, and also a team from Iran is expected in Delhi today who will be assisting the Delhi police in this investigation. As far as the other parts of investigation is concerned, the CCTV footage of the entire area has been accessed by the Delhi police. They are going frame by frame to spot any suspect. As of now, they suspect that there was a cab in which two persons were traveling, and they might have been involved in this blast. But also there are other key photos which the Delhi police is looking at as a suspect.
The focus right now is on identifying the suspects. That will give us a lot of leads as to the motive behind the blast, who these people were, etc. Munish, thank you for the moment for joining us with those details. This is a story that we're tracking.